2 years ago, Elon Musk paid $44 billion for Twitter, which he renamed X. But just how much is that investment worth today if his firm continues to hemorrhage users, repel advertisers, and run into disputes with the governments of its biggest markets? The billionaire's social media company is on the brink of being shut down in Brazil over its failure to comply with the authorities over misinformation and malicious activity on the platform by right-wing political actors. But the company have accused Brazil's Supreme Court judge of issuing illegal orders to censor his political opponents. Earlier this month, X had claimed that the judge had threatened our legal representative. But rather than comply with government requests, X closed its office in Brazil. Now the Supreme Court has told the company it would not be allowed to function without one.
The problem is that Elon Musk disputing the decisions, arguing that he's not going to comply with any of this, that he's not going to obey the Brazilian law. This is a threat to Brazilian sovereignty.
Today, on the very platform facing closure, Brazil's leftist President Lula said, just because he, Elon Musk, has money does not mean he can do whatever he wants. He should respect the laws and regulations of our country and the decisions of the Supreme Court. The billionaire's beef in Brazil is one he's having on multiple fronts. Since the billionaire sacrificed his platform's perceived neutrality to become a demagogue on the right. Earlier this year, these supporters of former far-right President Jair Bolsonaro were out in force for Musk, a man they see as aligned to their cause and candidate. Just as Musk has thrown his support behind Republican candidate Donald Trump, the billionaire has empowered the right globally, both on his platform and in power. Whilst he was happy to be courted by Rishi Sunak, he has started fights with his Labour successor Keir Starmer and accused of inciting the far right in the recent riots. In France, the chief exec of Telegram has been charged over allegations he has allowed criminality on the Messenger app. And the EU is under pressure to implement the powers of its new Digital Services Act, known as the DSA. So does this mean that the age of laissez-faire non-compliance for big tech firms is now officially over?
Of course, there are suspected breaches of the DSA. Otherwise, we wouldn't have proceedings ongoing. We have one currently ongoing against X. We have one against Instagram and Facebook. As I have said, we have two actually for both of these platforms. This is also something unprecedented before. What were actually the powers that you had at your disposal, be it as a user or as a public authority, to engage with these platforms, to engage with their compliance teams.
But in this climate, Elon Musk is showing how to lose friends and isolate people in government. As Twitter is curtailed in Brazil, the question is, where next?